Well, hi. I don't know how to start videos anymore. Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name's Meredith Phillips and today we're trying to make a video because I haven't made a video in a month. It's been a month. Apologies if this is a little stilted and weird. So today I wanted to kind of give you a little bit of a life update and a look ahead into the month of February. Some things that have been going on and I'm not really sure how that might affect my channel, so a little bit of a channel, social media update kind of thing. I'm going to be covering a whole bunch of stuff in this video, so stay tuned. It feels a little weird, and maybe for you this isn't weird because you just saw me last week in a video and you're like, what were you talking about? It hasn't been that long. But for me, I filmed all of the videos you saw in January either in December or that very first week of January, and I edited and uploaded everything before the first week of January was over. So for me, in real time, it's the 29th of January. I haven't filmed anything for a month. I haven't edited anything for a month. I haven't done any video stuff for a month. And I haven't done any kind of like vlogging or like life update kind of stuff for pretty much 2 months. The last time I did a vlog was for NaNoWriMo, which for me, that seems like a million years ago, I'm not gonna lie. And then I looked at the calendar and I was like, that was 2 months ago. Seems a lot longer than 2 months, but there's been a lot going on in my personal life. So I wanted to fill you in on some of that, mainly because I feel like in my vlogs, if there's life stuff going on, a lot of times I will share that kind of thing in addition to like all the writing stuff, obviously. But I haven't done a vlog in 2 months. And so I haven't been able to really tell you any of this stuff that's been going on for 2 months. So let me just back up a little bit, go back to December and kind of fill you in on some things that have been going on in the life of Meredith Phillips. So if you watched my videos from the beginning of January where I was talking about goals and my word of the year and all that kind of stuff, you know that I was feeling super burned out. When NaNoWriMo ended, I was very glad. I had enjoyed the month and I was happy with what I had produced in terms of writing, but it was a stressful month and I was ready for it to be over. I was ready for the whole year to be over, frankly. Beginning 2 weeks of December were pretty okay. I was still feeling stressed out and anxious and overwhelmed and overworked and all of that kind of stuff, but there wasn't any kind of like crazy things happening the first 2 weeks. It was pretty smooth sailing for the most part. Unfortunately, that ended on the 15th, right in the middle of the month. I started getting sick. And I wasn't like ill in my deathbed or something, but I think it was just a bad cold. I don't think it was the omnivore panini. Maybe it was, but anyway, I didn't get tested. I don't think it was that. I think it was just a cold, but I did feel pretty crappy for several days. Now, middle of December, you might be thinking, oh, well, you know, take a couple days to get over it. I started getting sick on the 15th and we were supposed to get our family arriving in town on the 19th for Christmas holiday visiting. And I had that whole week planned out. Like Monday I was going to clean the guest room, and Tuesday I was going to clean this stuff, and Wednesday I was going to do this, and Friday I was going to do this, and blah, blah, blah. Like I had it all planned out so I didn't have to like mass clean the entire house in like the day before they arrived, because you don't want to do that. And I got sick. I was like, I can't do a deep clean of the kitchen while I'm like sneezing and coughing my brains out. You know what I mean? I was like super stressed and anxious about like, oh my gosh, they're going to get here and like their bed isn't even going to be made. They were able to change their travel plans, do something else first, and they bumped their arrival date here to the 23rd. So that gave me a little bit of extra time to finish things up around the house, which was great. By the 19th, this is a week before Christmas, it was like the first day I was starting to feel better. And so then I was like throwing myself into like cleaning up things, and I filmed like 2 videos that day. I don't know if you guys noticed, there were 2 videos from January that like I still sounded like congested and kind of gross, I thought. I don't know if it was super noticeable to you, but I noticed it and I was like, ugh. Hopefully it didn't come off that way. So I was like filming videos and trying to edit stuff and trying to clean and and then on the 21st, we had not 1, but 2 bunny emergencies in the same day. I was not doing so good. You know that if bunny stuff happens, I'm a mess. We actually had an appointment for Crispin to go to the vet on the 21st because he was really not doing well. He was very wobbly. He was falling over a lot. He was very frail feeling. If I picked him up, he felt so tiny. So we had made an appointment. That day, Nibs also started to go downhill. He stopped eating, which is not great, obviously. And then he was also having like balance issues. He couldn't get his feet under him. His feet were like slipping out from underneath him and he was falling and all this. So when it got to the point for him where it was like he wasn't eating, I was like, we have to take him in. So we ended up Tuesday, you know, like family is arriving on Thursday. I had planned for Tuesday to be another day where it's like, I'm gonna clean this thing today. Well, no, because I was on the road to the vet immediately after work. I was so anxious that whole day. We'd taken Crispin in the morning and they had done like x-rays and blood work and exams and I had that like gut feeling that something was really wrong and they were going to tell us, you know, oh, his x-rays came in and he's riddled with cancer, or, you know, his organs are failing or something horrible. And it was not an easy day. We got down to the vet later in the afternoon to get the results and everything. And it turns out that Crispin was actually, I mean, he was obviously not doing great, but the problem was stemming from osteoarthritis. So his spine was having just arthritis issues, which was causing him to be in some amount of pain. And that was why he was unable to like keep his balance and he was falling over and all that kind of stuff. We got him some pain meds and instructions to try to like feed him as much food as possible because he was very tiny. He was like 2 pounds. I forget how much exactly he weighed at that date, but he was very small. He'd lost a lot of weight. And so we got to take him home. Nibs, because he wasn't eating, they wanted to keep him overnight. So we left him there. They were doing, again, like x-rays and blood work and all this stuff to see what was going on with him. The next day we found out he also was having arthritis issues. Later, we would find out that he was also having tissue and nerve damage. And basically his right back leg is pretty numb, they said, at this point. So he can't get up on his back feet very easily and use his leg to hop anymore. He really just sort of drags it behind him. So obviously he was in some discomfort and pain. So we got him on some pain medicine, brought him home on Wednesday the 22nd with their current condition. The amount of care that I'm having to provide for them has gone through the roof. It's basically around the clock care at this point. They can't get into the litter bin anymore, so they just pee wherever they are sitting. So we've got them on like towels and baby blankies, but then of course those get wet and so you have to change them and there's a lot of checking on them. Crispin is still like, especially because he only has one front leg, if he flops over or falls over on the side that doesn't have a leg, he has nothing to like push himself up off the ground, and his torso muscles, I guess, aren't strong enough to get him back up, so he'll be stuck. So I'm constantly checking on him to make sure he isn't stuck in some weird position. I found him flopped over in the litter bin multiple times, unable to get up. One time I found him, I was like, oh my gosh. He had fallen over so that his back end and like his hips were in his water dish. He was sopping wet, which is really bad for bunnies. Their fur is super thick and it took a long time and a lot of towels and stuff to get him all dried off. I felt so bad. So yeah, it's a lot of maintenance for them. I'll maybe get into a little more of that in a second. But let's go back. We were dealing with all that. The day before family arrived, I chipped a tooth. Why not? Why not? It wasn't bad. It was just a teeny little chip. I called the dentist. They were like, if you're not in pain, it's fine for the moment. I wasn't in any pain. It was fine. So it was just like another thing. So that happened. Family arrived a couple days before Christmas. I had managed to get things cleaned up, so that was good. They had a bed to sleep in that had like sheets on it and stuff, so that was fantastic news. Christmas morning, I got one of my muscle spasms, which was a really great way to start the day. I was in some discomfort for the rest of the day because of that. The week between Christmas and New Year's was, we were still visiting with family for part of that, and then like I was still working like regular full-time hours this entire time. New Year's Eve, the 31st, I had a follow-up vet appointment for the bunnies. So I took them down. They were actually doing pretty well. They had responded well to the pain meds. They were kind of getting back on their feet. They were eating more. They had a great checkup. Lots of like, yay, they're doing so good. From the vet, we're doing awesome. The very next day, New Year's Day, Nibs took this huge downturn. I got up in the morning, went to check on him. His breathing was super fast. It looked like he had just run, 10 minutes in circles or something by how fast he was breathing, which he definitely had not been doing that. And I was freaking out thinking I didn't know what could be wrong that he was breathing this quickly. It was like all day. I called the vet, but it was a Saturday, so if I brought him in, it would be like an emergency. And it was this borderline, like, do I bring him in? He was still eating and things. I decided not to bring him in, which I was then anxious about all day because I was like, what if that was the wrong choice? It ended up being okay. The next day he was kind of back to normal. We had bumped up some of his pain meds a little bit, and so I think that helped. But it was just Happy New Year to me. I was freaking out and crying on New Year's Day, which is everyone's dream. So yeah, it's been a little stressful. That was just the last 2 weeks of December. January hit and I was like, I need to get through a week and a half of work and then I'll have my vacation time. A week and a half. It was just like power through these days, try to get to the next minute, the next hour so I can be done. And I was still getting used to this sort of new bunny routine we had where it was, getting up and immediately having to like change all their linens out. I'm doing so much laundry right now. I'm doing a full load of towels and baby blankets every single day. I've gone through so much laundry detergent. I'm like, woof. So it's been a lot. I finally managed to arrive at the end of my workday on January 12th, and I had then 10 full days off of work, and it was amazing. It was a good break. I'm really glad that I took off the amount of time I did. I took a little more than just a single week, which I think was very good for me. It was relaxing. I did get to lounge around in my pajamas until noon, I got to play video games again and just like take it easy. I did a puzzle. It was fantastic. And yeah, I just sort of enjoyed the time. I did still feel like I was doing a lot of maintenance with the pets because I couldn't just stop caring for the bunnies. I had to still be going in there multiple times a day to like check on them and clean things and all that kind of stuff. We were still getting up. I was still getting up between like 6 and 7 every morning, and we were going to bed between like 9 and 10 like we usually do. So I wasn't able to really like sleep in quite as much as I wanted to. It is what it is though, and it was definitely still a good break from work. And then this past week, the 24th, I was back at work. It was stressful going back to work. Do you do this? Okay. Like if you have something happening the next day, like an exciting thing, a trip, a special event, you're like really excited the night before. And for me, it's like hard to sleep. Okay. I do that too. Like if there's something negative that's happening the next day, whether it's like a doctor appointment or going back to work after having a lot of time off. I was so anxious about going back to work this past Monday. The night before, I slept terribly, but as I was trying to fall asleep, I was having like heart palpitations. Like literally, my heart was racing because I was so anxious about it. It's been a great week. It wasn't too bad. There were some things that had happened while I was out where I was like, are you kidding me? But anyway, I've cleaned it all up, fixed all of the mistakes that were made, caught up on emails, and it's going okay. Here we are, the end of January. I haven't written since the end of NaNoWriMo. I have not made videos for like a month. So February for me, in terms of goals and what do I want to do this month? I want to try to use February as a month to just ease back into some sort of routine. I had back in, the previous year, I'd had a pretty good routine in terms of when I filmed videos, when I edited, when I was doing my writing work and all that kind of thing. And I don't know how that's going to work this year because I'm tired a lot of the time. Like the effort that I'm going to with the bunny, it's just a lot. It's a lot to take care of them right now. There's a lot of emotional energy that's going into that because obviously it's hard seeing them decline the way they are. So I'm going to try to just ease back into things this month and see how it goes. Can you hear her whining? So anyway, for February, I want to use the time to just ease back into everything and see what I can handle. When I think back to last year about like the times of day that I was using to like edit videos or do writing stuff, I don't have that kind of time anymore. The dogs take up time, like, you know, when I'm done with work, they're like awake and they want to play and they want to, you know, interact with us, obviously. And I want to be able to bond with them and, you know, play and stuff. So I'm spending a lot of time doing that and just sort of monitoring them because a lot of times they'll get into stuff they're not supposed to be into. I don't know what things are going to look like for me. So I'm going to do what I can. I have thought about, you know, currently my schedule is Tuesday and Friday uploads, 2 videos a week. That's a lot. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to maintain that at this current time in my life. So we'll see. I'm going to try to do 2 videos a week, and if I find it completely overwhelming and way too much, then I'm going to have to bump it back to 1, which I really don't want to do. I like having 2 videos a week that get to go up, but if I can't handle it, then I'm not going to try to force anything. So I'm just going to see how things go this month and then kind of reevaluate what I want to do going forward. The other thing that I'm I don't want to say I'm giving up on, but I'm going to scale back on Instagram. My Instagram is very stagnant. It grows so slowly and it makes sense. I'm not really providing any kind of interesting content over there. Most of my posts are just, you know, like, hey, I posted a YouTube video, go over to YouTube and check it out. And that's not really great content. Telling someone to go to another platform to get information. Like, I don't need to do that. So I'm gonna sort of put a halt on the way I upload to Instagram. I had been really consistent last year uploading or, you know, posting 3 times a week. I don't think it was translating to anything that was beneficial for me. I definitely wanted to provide good content for people who are following me, but there needs to be something about it that I enjoy too, or some kind of benefit for me. So like with the videos here, I really enjoy making the videos. I enjoy the editing process. I enjoy this platform. So for me, I get joy and creative excitement out of this medium. But on Instagram, the posting and the caption writing was just extra work. I wasn't getting anything out of it, and I don't think I was really providing any kind of good content for the people who were following me. So my plan for Instagram is to post there when I feel like I have some kind of value to post, whether that's something I've learned about my writing process or a technique I've tried out and worked really well, or, you know, something like that where I can write up a caption about whatever I've learned or something I want to share or like an encouraging message. If it's that kind of thing, I do want to still post that, but I'm not going to bother myself with posting on a certain day or a certain schedule. I'm just going to not do that for now. So I'm leaving that as a when I want to do it thing. If you watch some of my videos from the beginning of January, you know my word of the year is balance. We're trying to balance life and it's getting kind of tricky. And one of the things I feel like I can easily kind of step back from is Instagram. So that's the Instagram status in case anyone follows me over there and maybe you're wondering what the heck is going on. So yeah, that is the update. It was kind of long-winded and very bunny focused. I didn't even mention the dogs. The dogs are doing fine. There's nothing super update that is needed for the dogs. Like, they're doing pretty good. They have managed to move our area rug about 2 feet with the amount of running that they do. The area rug used to be like this. It used to be under the sofa and under the coffee table and like kind of centered, you know, in the room. And now it looks like this, where they have run circles around the coffee table so much while they're playing and chasing each other that it's slowly moved the carpet out, and now it's bunching up against the bookcase. So we need to, that's on the list of things to fix this weekend. But they're doing good. You know, we've had them for about 3 months at this point, and so they've really kind of settled in, and they're used to each other. There's not quite as much messing with each other, I think, as there was in the very beginning. And they are just, you know, they're so cute, and they're so much fun to watch them and interact with them and all that kind of stuff. So they're doing very well. Anyway, that was a very long life update. So if you've made it this far, thanks. I really appreciate it. I am filming a vlog this weekend, so you will hopefully get to see that on Friday if I can manage to get it all edited and uploaded in time. But that's the plan at the moment. It is Saturday morning when I'm filming this, so we'll see how the rest of the weekend pans out. But that should be coming on Friday. It's going to be writing again for the first time in 2 months. No big deal. So for now, if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I should be posting videos on Tuesday, and Fridays, but as previously stated, like that might be not quite it, but we'll see how it goes this week and like this month. You can follow me over on Instagram if you want. The links for all that are below. I hope your January and holiday season were good and relaxing and fun. Let me know how the first month of the year went for you down in the comments, and I will see you on Friday in another video. Bye. Yes, we're not doing anything. Go out. I'm trying to film a video. No, don't mess with Nahan. Jade.